Quickly, we're going to run through how you can get into DreamSpark and grab your copy of Windows. Now, DreamSpark has a lot of information. I'm going to quickly lead you into it. And the easiest way to always remember, because the website address does tend to change, it's a dynamic address, is if you can find me on the college campus. So if I go to Academics and I go to Professional Studies and I click on Faculty and Staff, and again, I'll point out there's a lot of information inside of here, including advising and other information. It's a great resource, so make sure if you haven't been to the School of Professional Studies, you go there and take a look around. We find me in the growing list of faculty. And if we scroll down, we can look at Microsoft DreamSpark. Well, I need to be able to log into this to access any of these resources that are in there. And there's a lot of resources in there. And so I created a really quick account. I'm going to sign out of the administration account, and I'm going to sign in as a user. Now, your email address or the username is always going to be your peru.edu. I just created a test one here so we can show you what it's going to look like. You will first create and register your address if you have not done so. You can use the lost password feature if you've lost passwords. I'm going to click on Windows 10. Now, I've already downloaded this in another classroom example, so I'm going to actually grab the English United Kingdom version, just because it should allow me to work through the magic here. So it's going to allow me to say no. Or a related product. It may block me from being able to grab any of these. Let me go back and I will show you the same trick. We'll just grab a different product and it'll look very, very similar. So if I grab a copy of Windows 7, add to cart, I can then click the Express Checkout. And I then get to this where it not only has the checkout and it says you agree to all the Microsoft restrictions, but now I'm ready to download the software. So the email will contain a little bit of information. The most important part, quite honestly, of all of this is this key, the product key right here. And so it'll look the same for Windows 10. What I like to do is just copy that and then put it into something like Notepad. So I'll open up a little Notepad window and I'll paste it in there, and then I'll save that, for example, as I'll put it in my documents, call it a Windows 7 key, just so I have a very quick way to store that. I'm going to click download my software, and depending on your order speed or your internet speed, it may take a little bit longer. Now, because Windows is a little bizarre and they want you to secure this download, and quite frankly it's available all over the place, but we first have to download the manager. So I'm going to keep this file. I'm going to then run it. You'll notice it's an MSI file, and it'll say welcome to, do I want to install this? I'm going to quickly install it. I'm also going to click just the finish button because I want to make sure that it launches in the right spot. Alright, so now I've got that secure download manager. So great. I'm going to download the .sdx file. That file is a pointer then. So here I'm going to start my download. And it'll show me the size, and it'll show you what we need to download here. So in this particular case, it is going to take a little bit. Time Warner Cable's been a little pokey and slow. So we'll take a little pause while that downloads and resume when it finishes its download. Once this process is done, then you'll be able to find, and generally it's in your downloads folder, you'll find then a folder that has the title, in this particular case, of the product you ordered. Windows 7, if I click into that folder, I now find what's called a disk image file or an ISO file, depending on how you're looking at it. This is the file we're then going to use to install inside of VirtualBox.